r/ask Reddit. What are some hard pills to swallow in life? Your physical appearance affects the way people treat you a lot. This is a big one. It's been hypothesized that just being better looking can give you a step ahead over other candidates when trying to get a job. People just naturally assume that if you're good looking, you're a better person. Oftentimes, who you know is as important or even more important than what you know. As a sheltered kid who was taught to solely focus on academics, this was a very rude awakening. For people reading this who don't think they have a good network, please don't take a defeatist attitude. This is something you can fix at any time. Join those stupid professional groups that you think are silly. Go to conferences, maybe even give a talk at one. Volunteer for things at work that make you interact with people across the team or even other companies that you wouldn't otherwise. If someone you know is doing something awesome, reach out to them. See if you can find a mentor at work or outside of work. The list goes on and on. There is this weird paradox called the friendship paradox. Basically, your friends, on average, have more friends than you do. The intuitive reason for this is that people with lots of friends are more likely to be your friend. Professionally, this means even putting yourself out there a little bit will usually result in you connecting with people who are more connected than you. Best decision I ever made for my career was making the very deliberate steps to get to know more people in my profession. Your closest friends will move away or you'll drift apart. Despite your best efforts to stay in touch, they may disappoint you by not responding. And then you become cynical when they finally do respond. It takes 30 ducking seconds to reply to a text and you wait until 3 months later and don't even reply back again for a few weeks after that. Yep, I have the 3 text rule. I can understand forgetting to respond, I have done it. So 3 text rule goes. I will send a text, wait, then send another text either later that day or the next day. If no response, then I will send a text about 5-7 days later. If no response, I am done. I have a friend like that. We used to be tight and almost started dating at one point, but she always kinda drops out for a few weeks at a time and pops up all friendly and shit. It makes me furious when people are like, oh hey, I have absolutely nothing else to do, let me text this person, and then they don't even keep the convo going for more than a few texts. Like, dude, if you're gonna ask me how I've been over the past few months that you didn't care, you're either gonna get a 1-word answer or 7 pages of texts. Most friendships aren't as strong as you thought. I kind of feel like a dong, but I make a different variety of friends. And there's one kid who I knew since freshman year. We were good friends through high school. But he's a total narcissist and honestly never shuts up. I ghosted him for a couple years. Then he messages me saying how he's changed, not the bitter person he used to be, and making it clear he valued our friendship. So I gave him another chance, and he is still 95% the same, and has no other friends as a result. So now I kinda pity hang out with him once in a while, but usually I just make an excuse not to hang out. I just can't stand how he talks shit about everyone and everything. Not sure what the point of this post is, so I'll try to make one. If people don't seem to want to be around you, take a good look at yourself. Some people will not like you, no matter how much you may want to be friends. You cannot make someone like you back. You can be the most perfect apple that ever existed, but some people just hate apples. Android for life, yo. Most people don't care about you anywhere near as much as you'd think. Realizing this can be very liberating. Agreed. Not thinking about what others think about you is one of the most important steps to, or aim to, live in happiness. I would modify that slightly to only caring what people you like, respect think about you. If someone you like, respect thinks badly of you, you're probably not the person you want to be. If an a-hole doesn't like you, who cares? Every single relationship you have with any person is either gonna end with one of you leaving or one of you dying. Enjoy it while you can. On the bright side, there is always the prospect of both dying at the same time. For example, car crash. Calm down, Morrissey. Your body wears down over time. Take care of your back, knees, and teeth. You'll need them in the future. I'm almost 29 and a lifetime of obesity has already led to arthritis in my back along with a herniated disc. I know the whole love your body at any size thing is gaining popularity, but your body simply doesn't like being that big. Listen to underpaid wicker people. I'm not 60 yet, but in the last 3 years I've had to have all my teeth pulled and get dentures. And I just had major surgery on my neck spine in March. So far, thank you. Got my knees are holding out though. Happy Mother's Day to me. Realizing that not everyone is who you thought they were, and people will not always treat you in the way you treat them. Yup, we love to put people into boxes and create our own standards ideals of them ex. That's not like Joanna. She never does that. Great way to continually set yourself up for disappointment. You're right. Definitely taught me that people are not always as they seem, and it's naive to take them for face value. People do things out of character for a whole array of reasons, but it's good lesson to learn. Life isn't fair. You can be a good person and still get shit on. You can work your ass off and still be struggling. Yet some douche gets everything handed to them. You can do everything right and your life can, and will, fall apart. But as true as it is, if someone is going through a hard time, don't ever tell them nobody said life is fair. That's one of the most irritating things I can think of. Very rarely does anyone actually care about you as much as you care about you. You are a side character to everyone else, often not even an interesting one. This one actually has a positive side though. You get to stop being so good and self-conscious. Your co-workers are not going home to their families talking about how this loser at work wore the same shirt twice this week. What's wrong with wearing the same shirt twice? It takes two people working all the time to make a relationship work, but only one to decide it's over, and then it is just done at that very moment. Yup, it sucks how everything seems to be going great until in an instant it's over. It makes trusting people hard, but if you don't, then you will just wind up even more alone than before. The worst is with every heartbreak, you throw just a little less into every relationship. Less trust, less devotion and less love. I hope that it would recover, but seriously never truly gets back to what it once was. If someone can find a way to pay you less than you're worth, they will. And there will be times when you have to accept that because you need the money, and sometimes those times will be years and years. Most companies will try to perpetually duck you. You owe companies nothing, especially if you aren't treated with respect, whether that be pay, benefits, or daily interactions. Be a goddamn mercenary, but don't burn bridges. Unless you are an actual mercenary and need to burn a bridge, and are being paid to burn a bridge. Eventually, someone will betray your trust. Not if you don't trust anyone. The Ole Hermit solution. There are moments where you'll need to let go of something someone you love so ducking much. Your parents are mortal, limited and flawed humans who were not prepared to raise you and made most of it up as they went along. Terrified that they were doing the wrong thing and hoping to just make it through the day, just like pretty much everyone. There is probably no more terrible instance of enlightenment than the one in which you discover your father is a man with human flesh. Paul and Frank Herbert's Dune. You can't always be the best, but you can always do your best. Wholesome. I like this one. You can't make someone love you. They can't make their heart feel something it won't. Swallowed that one a long time ago. Now someone that did love you and no longer does, especially due to incorrect perceptions that you can't change. Currently choking on that pill. You know how tons of people told you that you were special when you were a kid? You're incredibly average. Or worse, you're above average, but because you were special, you didn't learn a lot of things that are necessary to function as an adult because you coasted by on natural talent in school. Now you have to work twice as hard to learn and apply your skills in adulthood. You don't get to decide that you aren't an a-hole. Sometimes you do shit that hurts people you care about even when you have good intentions. Similarly, behaviors that kept you safe in an abusive situation are often harmful and can destroy your healthy relationships. Being on the other end of a relationship with someone who was abused destroyed me, even though their actions were clearly born of having to deal with physical and mental abuse. I can only describe it as an abusive relationship. They never changed, and they never understood how their actions affected me. They would even say that they never meant to hurt me, or that they had good intentions. Intentions don't matter. Here's a bonus lesson. If you ever feel yourself pining for what a relationship once was, or what it could be, get out. It's likely never going to be the same, and there's no guarantee it will ever get better. You can be the ripest, juiciest peach in the world, and there's still going to be somebody who hates peaches. You are judged immediately on your gender, appearance, dress, voice, height, fitness, race, socioeconomic status. Some of those things you can control to your benefit, mostly you cannot, and there is nothing you can do about it. Everybody judges, maybe not negatively, but everyone judges. And your God-given neutral expression, "I've got the resting beach face," quite bad for a man. This is to the point where I always look angry, even on happy days, which then leads people to assume I'm on the warpath all of the time. I guess it's just my mouth curling down slightly at the edges, but it makes everyone I meet assume I dislike them right off the bat. Shit just happens, no matter how prepared you are. Unexpected breakups, unexpected death, unexpected injuries, unexpected job changes. In life, you can only control what you can. Everything else will happen however it will happen. A younger person at my office was saying I wouldn't be able to handle that about a parent getting sick. Thing is, none of us could until we had to. So many times in life you're confronted with situations that seemed impossible to deal with before they happened, but the only option is to get through it. That if you are old and poor and homeless, people will walk right past you as you die in the street. Gave one of the exiles a $20 for lunch since it was around -10 outside. He got super excited and asked if it was okay to give me a hug. It must really sucks to be forgotten. One of the most common things people who are homeless will tell you sucks the most about being homeless is that they feel pretty much invisible because no one will acknowledge them. Thanks to people not wanting to make eye contact with them and feeling obligated to give them money and other cliches. That the best part of your life might very well be already over, whether that means adventure, free time, health, fitness, sex, lack of stress, whatever. I'm 33 with 3 kids, and don't get me wrong, I plan on still having a hell of a great life, but when I look back at 22, yeah, there's no getting that lifestyle back. The subjectivity. Lou Bloom in Nightcrawler is the perfect example. He read all those self-help books and knows his armchair psychology, yet he's a little off and comes across as creepy. So you can do all the right stuff like calling people by their first name, yet the tactic can give you a used car salesman, or if you're missing that magical it factor. Same with the asking questions technique. It can sound like an interrogation or eye contact. Where's the line between attention and staring problem? That movie was amazing. First time I watched it I didn't really analyze it. The second time I did, oh, damn, it was deep. Parents don't automatically love and protect. Sometimes you just aren't born with the brains for some careers. Oversaturation of Star Wars movies will make them feel less special. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.